This is Orlando Uncut, where no topic is out about. Any topic you can think about, I might very well be discussing a topic. So ensure that you stay tuned to this channel. You have nothing else doing. What you're telling yourself. Okay. Alright. I'm on my way to 100 subscribers. But 100 thanks, but it's nothing. I'm hoping to hit 300 subscribers soon, quick and fast. So want to skip 200, go to 3, and skip 4, and go to 5. Today's topic that I will be discussing is, can a husband rape his wife? What do you think? I think a husband can rape a woman that he's legally married to. We know that each of you will have your different views and opinions as if this is possible. What do I think? It's a very interesting question. To play devil's advocate, I'm going to say no, a husband cannot rape his wife. Because if I'm legally married to you and I need sex, you're going to give me sex. Because when we were taking that vow, it said for better, for worse. And we know that sex is very much a part of any marriage, as financial gain is a part of it as well. So I'm going to say no, a husband cannot rape his wife, because sex should be in the marriage. What is marriage without sex? What is marriage without finance? If we are married, you think we're married to keep each other's company? We're not all and we're not cold. My boat is still in motion, you know? And I'm very much sure most persons who are married before the age of 50. And even if you're married at 50, I think your thing probably still at work. You understand? So when I'm married, just to keep each other company, not just for union. I'm married for sex, and you probably married for the finances. You understand? But we have a break even and say 50-50. So 50 is my sex, 50 is your finance. Alright? We can work with that. Persons will also say that when we are married, we have become one. Right? So it is no longer twofold, but it is a union where both persons are one mind and one body. And if you are one mind and one body, there's no way you could possibly be raping yourself, right? You can't rape yourself. It's impossible. So, I have two honorary guests, Keith and Mrs. Campbell. They are both married, so they are speaking within the realms of marriage. I am not married, but I know I have enough experience to talk. So nobody watching can comment and say, Orlando, how can you speak on this matter and you're not married? It matters not. If I'm in a relationship, them say, come on, a relationship is like marriage 5 years and ongoing, then you're married. A relationship is like marriage. A relationship is the next step to being married. You understand? So I have it as that. So I'm going to put you to Keith and then Mrs. Campbell. And they both have their own respective views that they will speak on.
All right, so the question is asked, is it possible for a husband to rape his wife? I think the answer to that question is yes. And we have to first look at the definition of rape and then think about 3 possible questions that could lead to the answer as to why yes is the correct answer. That a husband can indeed rape his wife. So rape is defined as any type of sexual assault in which there is sexual contact between 2 individuals and it's not consensual. Usually this is accompanied by force. So it's not a situation in which you would actually have a peaceful sexual atmosphere between 2 persons. And in the case for the husband and the wife, if it resembles something of a struggle during the sexual activity in which one member is not willing to participate, then it could be considered rape. So the three questions I think we should consider. The first one, can a wife refuse to have sex with her husband? And I think the answer to that question is yes. Certain situations might lead to that occurring, but indeed, a woman can refuse to have sex with her husband. Second one, is a wife expected to have sex with her husband? The answer to that question is yes. That's a part of the marriage agreement. So obviously, they wouldn't be engaging in a lifelong relationship if the agreement of having sexual intercourse freely is not a part of the whole aspect of togetherness. And then the third one, which I think is the most critical question, is what conditions would cause a woman to refuse sex with her husband? And I think this is the crux of the matter, because if you look at it from a social perspective or an interpersonal perspective, there has to be certain things or certain type of friction within the relationship that would result in a lack of sexual activity. And then if that sexual activity is forceful, that means it's not consensual if there's no agreement. And in that case, I would have to agree and say that yes, it's possible for a husband to rape his wife, but only under certain conditions could sexual activity between them be considered rape.
The question is asked, can a husband rape his wife? Yeah. Yeah, it is rape. Not because we're married. It is rape. Not because we're married. The biblical misuse, biblical context to support that rape no exists between husband and wife. One such text is 1 Corinthians 7 verses 3 to 4 that speaks about my husband's body belongs to me and my body belongs to him. So if his body is mine, how can I rape myself? But yeah, definition of rape will never change. The person have to give consent, and if no consent is given, it is rape. Be it violent or not, it is rape. So can a man rape his wife? Yeah. Can a wife rape her man? Yeah. Anyway, if him no want have sex, I may decide for hump him. I rape that, rape. Say a serious thing though. Rape does exist within the union, the marriage union.
Interesting facts. You have a few countries that even if a husband rapes his wife, it is not considered rape. You have Ghana, Singapore, Palestinian territories, Bahamas, Malta, Lebanon. In those countries, and India, in those countries, it is not considered rape if you rape your wife. Once you're married, it is not deemed as rape. That's very interesting. Also, point to note is that you have 9 other countries that I will not be going into right now, but I'm just giving you an idea. You have 9 other countries. If someone rapes a woman and they get married, it is not deemed rape. So imagine you rape this young lady, and then in order to avoid prison time, you go and propose to that young lady. If she say yes, she'll be sick in her head. I don't say this is not 50 Shades Grey. I don't know what a woman would possibly be thinking if someone rapes her and then proposes to her, then should accept that proposal. This is not 365 days nor 50 Shades of Grey. This is real life situation. I don't see how a man could rape a woman and then in turn propose to her. But you have 9 countries where this can be done. You rape the woman, and then if you marry her, you will not be serving any prison time. Very interesting. Okay guys, I would love to have your views on what you just heard. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and comment. If there are any other topics that you think you like to hear about, hear me discussing by myself or with anyone else, you can always drop your comments. Listen, I need you to share the video and stop this time. Understand? Share the videos, subscribe, and like it. I will need at least 500 likes for this. If you like me to do the 9 countries where if you rape someone, it is not being raped if you're married. And if you want me to get into the India, Bahamas, and the Ghana, where it is deemed that you cannot rape your wife. It is not rape, because once you're married, it is all lawful. I do not agree to raping. And any man that rapes, has to cut off him thing, push it down in throat, and hang him. That is my view. That is what they need to do. This 25 years is a waste of time. Because after the woman is traumatized, what? You get 25, then she have to face him in court. No man, let's cut it out, push it down in throat, and hang him with it. That's what I say. Bit harsh, part of life. I'm out. What you're telling yourself, watch it. Watch the channel.